How's it going, guys? And welcome here to Barca Variety. I hope you are all doing well. And Barcelona are about to return for the Copa del Rey final. And yesterday was the team's official photo. And you can see Coutinho is photoshopped in it, and it's horribly photoshopped in it. What can you say about that? But guys, in today's video, I'll be bringing you all the Barca news. I've gathered all the Barca news and I've been bringing it all for you. We're going to be talking about renewals of Mingueza, Riqui Puig, and the renewal of Sergio Roberto, and should he stay at the club? And we're also going to be talking about a Barca B player, Nico Gonzalez, and should we sell Umtiti? And there have been so many names for replacements for Samuel Umtiti. We're also going to be talking about Dani Olmo and his return to Barcelona, his possible return. We're going to be talking about the big names, Erling Haaland and Neymar Jr. after some big news came out. There's so much to discuss, so let's get started. And if we do get started with the renewal of the contract of Oscar Mingueza, because there's a clause in his contract that would see him extend until 2023. And what can you say about that? This is fully deserved for Oscar Mingueza. You saw his performance against Real Madrid. What a player this guy is. He wasn't even trusted in the Barca B team. What a season he's having. He's starting El Clasicos. What a player this guy is. He deserves to stay very, very young. He gives his all on the field. All he does is give his all. But there's a similar situation, but a different player, because Barcelona also wants to activate a clause in Riqui Puig's contract to extend it until 2023. And the question I have about this, if Ronald Koeman stays at coach next season, is Riqui Puig gonna go on loan? Is Coleman gonna give him some playing time? Is he gonna come on as a substitute? I want to know what he would technically do because he hasn't been playing under Ronald Koeman. I think he should have went on loan. He should have proven himself, came back, and then he could have played. And I hope he gets some minutes next season. And guys, we do move on to talk about Sergio Roberto, and this is not an easy decision to make. This is a very, very tough one. You're talking about a guy that spent his life at Barcelona for the whole entire career so far. And guys, the situation with Roberto is very clear. His contract is expiring in 2022. Of course, we all know how many positions Roberto can play. He could almost play anywhere, and that is so important in a squad that you have that type of player anytime you get injured, and he can also challenge for any team spot. But the problem with Sergio Roberto is he earns as a starter. He earns around 190,000 per week. That is close to 200,000 per week, and that is massive. These are huge, huge wages, and if we save on those huge wages, we would save a lot. So Sergio Roberto, I really don't know what to do with him. He is 29, so we also need to be careful with that. He's getting old, and we don't want to sell him for nothing. There are several clubs interested, according to reports, and he would get a lot of money. But if he was to stay, if he was to get a contract extension, which is rumored to be a 2 year, which is perfect, he would need to agree on a pay cut. Let's all agree that he needs to agree on a pay cut. He can't earn 200k per week and come on as a substitute. We're not going to know his role. We don't know his role. But for a substitute, for a bench player, that would be a brilliant role for Roberto because of how many positions he can play. But guys, we do move on to talk about Nico Gonzalez, a Barcelona B player that Koeman has been watching. He is only 19 years of age and he plays in that holding role. So they're saying that he could be a Busquets replacement. Now, Barcelona need to renew his contract and they are working on his contract. And he will do preseason with the first team and he will get promoted. And then they'll decide if they would promote him after he does preseason with the team. And I love how Ronald Koeman watches the Barca B team and he always tries to get those youngsters. He always tries to get those youngsters and look at that very, very talented ones It was Jandor first, but now it's Nico Gonzalez after Jandor got an injury. And Nico Gonzalez, his ability on the ball, his tackling, he really plays like Busquets. So he could be a Busquets replacement for the future. But if we do move on to talk about Samuel Umtiti, because this isn't really a surprise, but there are several reports coming out saying Umtiti is going to be sold this summer and Barcelona want a replacement for Samuel Umtiti. And from his wages to his injuries to his ability to perform, this isn't any surprise to us. He's been on huge wages after his injury. He's never been the same player. He doesn't even play. He doesn't help the team. He is on huge wages. Now, possible options are Lisandro Martinez of Ajax, Romagnoli, Marcos Sensi, and Issa Mendy. They are all options. Of course, Lisandro Martinez is very young. He could cost about 30 to 35 million. Romagnoli is you could say an experienced center back. He's 26 years old. And of course, we want to buy a replacement for Samuel Umtiti, but this would also open the exit door to Langley. I really don't know. It's going to be a long summer. If we do move on to talk about a very talented player, he's 22 years of age, and Laporta came back, and Laporta wants to buy him. Of course, guys, if you don't know his story, he started out in the Barcelona La Masia. And after that, he went to Dinamo Zagreb at the age of 16, and then he transferred to Leipzig. And he has really proven himself. With the Spain national team, he's been on brilliant form, and he is a former Barcelona player. And he did say Barcelona is always in my heart. So, is a possible return? Could it happen? I don't know. But if we could sign him, go for it. Just go for it. If Laporta kid has the ability, has the financial ability, this guy is very talented. He plays as a central attacking midfielder. I've seen him also play as a left winger sometimes, and what a player this guy is. Very talented. Speaking of Dani Olmo, we do move on to another transfer, Erling Haaland. Because MD go and say the Haaland plan. Because Erling Haaland, of course, as you know, Barcelona would prefer to wait until 2022 because a real cost of 75 million to 80 million would be active, and that is much cheaper than how much he would cost right now. So we need to be careful not to lose out on Haaland. We do need a quality number 9. We have to get one. It's not really our choice. We've been missing a lot of chances. We've not been confident in front of goal without that number 9. Maybe we need to improve the defense, yes. But our top priority is a number 9. And the biggest name on that list, and the dream list on that name, is Erling Haaland. But then if we do move on to another big name, because Neymar Jr. spoke after that PSG game where PSG eliminated PSG. He hit the crossbar and he hit the post and he was playing brilliantly. And in that first leg, he was creating everything. And what a player this guy is when he shows up, when he's injury free. He's a brilliant player. And right when he was about to sign that contract, he froze talks with PSG, according to reports. And then there were reports also that he wants to return to Barcelona to play with Messi. That is the whole situation. But then, Neymar after the game, he spoke about his future. He said, the renewal, that's no longer an issue obviously. I feel very comfortable and at home here at PSG. I feel happier than before. And it looks like Neymar was gonna stay. And why were we even thinking about this transfer? Why were we? From his huge wages to his huge transfer fee to negotiating with PSG. How is this ever going to be possible? It's over. It is really over. I just hope that he signs that renewal and they announce it officially so we don't have to hear about rumors. And guys, these are all the Barca news for today. What did you make of all these news? Were there news that made you feel sad, made you feel happy? What did you make of all these news? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next video.